right, you guys. So real quick, I'm gonna go over just kind of briefly what this call is going to be today. First of all, proud of y'all as always for hopping in, taking massive action to develop yourself and scale your business. I hope you guys have a notepad and a pen and y'all are ready because I am going to give y'all a lot of meat when it comes to content creation today. Okay. So if y'all have watched all of my other coaching videos to date, so that means, and even if you haven't, that's okay. I'll just kind of briefly explain the other ones. So I have two other videos that have been recorded that everybody should have gotten already. If you have not, make sure that you send me an email and I will be able to send those out to you. Yes, I've done other coaching calls prior to those, but there were either tech issues or recording issues, and so I don't have those. But if you have access to my coaching now, you will be getting an email every time I do one of these. So make sure, y'all, you have to have my email address saved to your contacts so that you will not miss those emails. It's that six figure mama at victoriasblueprint.com. Make sure you add that to your contacts so that you will not miss my emails. Okay, really briefly, I try to go through this each time. If you had any tech questions, this is not the place for it. I am not a techie person. There's a reason why we have tech Zooms and all of the tech help. There's a reason Michelle pays for like all of the tech support that we have. They are phenomenal, wonderful, wonderful people. And they are knowledgeable on that. I am not. So if you have questions on literally anything from domains or System.io or your funnel connections or any of those things, go to the community and I'm going to show you exactly where to go. I'm going to share my screen in just a second. Let me make sure that I already have this pulled up. Okay. And so yeah, if you are new or if you're like overwhelmed and you're saying, well, Victoria, there's just so much information. How do I do these things if I'm not set up yet? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you very quickly how to do that. So I will click share screen. And then I'm going to go over here. Okay, we're gonna share this screen. So everybody should be able to see this right now. Okay, so inside of the community, y'all, if you have not already gotten set up, make sure you go in the classroom and you go through this module right here because this is a step-by-step video, the getting started right. And this is going to walk you through the setup. Okay, so then if you do have tech questions still, you are going to want to hop on a tech call. I always tell y'all, like, ignore the fact that these like are not, I just don't check boxes. I'm lazy that way. I've done these things. I just don't check them. So that's why like some of these even say 0. Like, oh, I've never done mindset training. No, I just don't check boxes. Anyway, all of your tech help is going to be under this module. And if you need to, you can also go into the calendar. Everybody should be paying attention to this calendar like daily, you guys, because this is where all of your mentoring Zooms are going to be. This is where the tech calls are. Usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we always have tech calls. So if you do need additional help or support, this is where you're going to go for that. And then the replays are always where I showed y'all as well in under classroom, under this tab over here. Okay. And then as far as webinars go as well, I've told y'all before, webinars are money. You are going to want to be checking this once a week because you do not want to miss these calls. When I say that these are money, I'm talking the more people that you can get into a webinar, the higher your chances are of getting a sale that week. Okay, so don't skip these. So she will typically post these, I'd say 2 to 3 days before it happens. So as soon as you see these posted, talk about it. Now, I'll be honest with y'all, this is something that I fall short on sometimes, and it's okay. Like sometimes I won't get my emails out until the like night before, or I will only get around to maybe making like one post about it. So don't sweat it if like you only get to do one thing. But yeah, okay. Calendar, good stuff, cool. If you still need additional support with tech, go into members and use this search bar and search customer support. Okay. And then, oh, wait, no, maybe that was wrong. I think it's tech support. Wait, what? What is it called? I'm like, what in the world? Oh, there we go. Tech and billing. Okay, community support. Look at this. So, like any of this, I mean, you could just type support and these people are going to come up. Okay, utilize this. They have the chat box there for a reason. And the reason I always say this, y'all, is because you are going to 1000%. You will find your answers there so much faster than you would by messaging me, because my messages get absolutely flooded. Please be mindful and patient with me, because y'all know, of course, I want to help y'all succeed, but I also really value family time, and I'm doing this for the 2 hour workday, right? Like as well, right? So this is where I'm also telling y'all, be proactive, make sure that you have the CEO mindset. What I mean by this, you guys, is you could literally come to this search bar right here and go over to Classroom, click search bar. I've had people that will be like, hey, Victoria, how do I make a newsletter? Look, this is how I had to find it out. I typed it in the search bar. Okay. Literally anything that you need an answer to is going to be in here. Say you need help with your domain. Okay, type domain. There's replays here. All right, and these Zoom replays are going to tell you like what they've talked about. And here's the cool thing, y'all. If you still don't get an answer by looking through this, guess what? You can search the same thing over here in the community, and everybody else that has ever asked a question about a domain. All of their questions will be there. And if you still don't have an answer, you're going to go in here, you're going to type it here. Okay. The other thing that I want to very, very briefly just kind of touch on, because I've seen this a lot. Here's what I do in my lives. Whenever I'm sharing wins, y'all, I click on the wins tab and I always go over to the best this week. Okay. And these are usually the best ones to show. So like I just click these little bars right here, and these are usually the best ones to show. That just means they've had the most interaction, right? But what I want to touch on is categorizing your posts in here the right way, because sometimes people will make a post in here and they are not categorizing it. Like I just saw one in here that is not a win. And so it shouldn't have been categorized under wins. So make sure you're categorizing them under here. So like, for example, I think there was, hang on, let's go back to wins. Whoop. And so instead of doing, if I just do recent activity, look at this. A follow train, while that is very cool, it's not a win, right? It shouldn't be categorized under here. And like, yeah, just go through these, because keep in mind when we're going live and we want to be sharing wins, like when we're scrolling, we want this to just look like win after win after win after win. Okay. So that's what that should look like. All right. I am going to stop sharing my screen. Hang on. Okay, cool. We're back. I'm getting the hang of this now. Look at me. I don't know tech, and I'm like sharing screens over here and doing all this stuff. Cool beans. Do people even say that anymore? I don't know. All right. So yeah, that was first thing I wanted to go over. Not a tech call, where to go for tech support, all these things. All right, now we're going to get through the good stuff. Ooh, all right, I'm gonna give y'all three hooks. Three hooks right now. Ready? This is going over content creation. So if you have, first of all, if y'all have watched any of my other coaching calls, or even if you haven't yet and you're gonna go back and watch them, I go over how this is a recipe, right? How it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients to start averaging 900 a day. My ingredients, my process is super, super simple. I create content, I go live, and I plug into training. Those three things every single day. And so if you are not doing lives yet, go back and watch my training on how to get to 1,000 followers in 7 days. Okay. And like, cause I went over that in, I think, my last call, right? But what I was gonna say is like, if you're not going live yet, and if you're like scared of going live and all these things, I get it, friend. Like, I still have days where I had, y'all, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I had somebody that commented on one of my videos that was like, how much weight have you lost? And I'm like, what? Like, what? It just doesn't make sense. You know, and I mean, I could very easily take a negative and let it sit with me, right? Or anything that you've ever heard, like dig back in your brain, do this for a minute, okay? Think of all of the put downs you've ever heard, because I know I'm not the only one that's heard them, or all the negative things that you think about yourself, all the things that you would like to change about yourself, right? Because that's what we think of when that fear sets in with going live. We think about what somebody's going to see when they look at us. We think about what somebody could say when they look at us, right? It's a normal part of who we are. I mean, that's everybody, okay? And so I know it's normal for y'all to look at me and say, oh, well, I wish I had her energy and I wish I had her confidence. But honestly, it's just been growth over time where I've just accepted, you know what? People are either going to love me or hate me. And there's a beautiful thing. I call it, I've changed the whole mute and block button. Now it's my bless and release button. Okay. So I'm just like, people are going to hop on, they'll say whatever they want. And you know what? That is just their own trauma or whatever their issue that they're dealing with. Bless and release them, and they'll be gone. Okay. Just remind yourself of why you're doing this. This is not just about you, but you also need to understand nobody is going to care about your income the way that you do. Nobody. Not Michelle, not me, not anybody in this room. You have full control over your situation. Okay. So that's my little rant on fear behind going live. And so anyway, as far as like getting up the nerve, getting up the energy to do it, I went over this in my last call as well, like my little tips and tricks on things that I do. If you have to, stand in front of the mirror. If you have to, y'all, if you are a very quiet and introverted person, I get it because I used to be that way. Practice like even just doing your hands like this, because you can be a very quiet person and just sit there and go like this. Okay. But talking with your hands, TikTok likes movement, by the way. So if you're just sitting here like this, okay, like I could have a lot of energy talking like this, but do you see that I like it's hard. I'm even right now, I'm like having a hard time not doing this, because when you find something that is gold, when you find something that you're passionate about, that passion is going to drive you from the inside out. And so your problem might be the outside. right? Because it's one thing for us to be really excited about this opportunity. It's one thing for us to be hyped up on Mountain Dew, you know, as what's his face would say, Talladega Nights, right? I love that. I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew. And y'all know, like, I will always sit here with like 3 cups of coffee because that would be dangerous. But usually 2, okay? Anyway, if you have to stand, stand. I do it sometimes. How many of you have ever been on one of my lives and you've seen me where I will literally go from being this way and then I'm like, all right, you know what? I need to stand because that's how I'm going to get my energy back. Like I need to just get up. And so then let me show you the difference here, okay? Because I can be sitting here. Hang on, I don't know like how well y'all can see me here, but like whatever, I'm standing. You feel more energy this way, friends. Seriously. Not only this, but make sure, and I've gone over this, make sure you are facing a window if possible. This having a fan on, having a light on behind you, no, never do it. Never do it. It's too distracting for the viewer. Get yourself one of these. Okay. These are like $5-10. And honestly, it took me, I finally got this for myself, maybe 2 or 3 months ago. Like seriously. And if y'all need the link, let me know. I can send it in an email, whatever. But this is like my new best friend. I take it everywhere with me. It's got like the 2 lights on the sides. Okay. Well, I need to charge it. That's my problem. But you see that? Like, and there's different, like, whatever you call it, thingamabob. How do I turn it off now? Oh yeah, I hold it down. Anyway, and then this extender, okay? It's awesome for travel. And you can easily prop it on anything. You can also hold it, whatever. Get yourself something like this. Also, little mics, those help sometimes too with content creation. I do have one. If you want the link for the mic, I will send that as well. Just to help you guys. And again, these things are like $5-10, you guys, but it's going to help you with creating content. Okay. So remember, like I've said, it's like a recipe. So make sure you're doing your lives. Make sure you're plugging into the training every single day. The reason lives are important, like I said, is because that's where you're going to get the leads and the followers. Stop putting so much focus into your video views. It doesn't matter because 95% of your viewers are your followers. Okay? 5% of the videos you ever make, will go viral. That's it. And yet so many people focus so much of their time and energy into getting out of the 200 view range. Y'all, it is a normal thing to be in the 200 view range. FYI. That's the 95% of your content. That's why it's so important for you to go live consistently because you're going to get more followers there. And then guess what? Your views will likely go up the more followers that you get because you keep telling people every time you're live, hey, hit the follow button, right? And then go to the link in my bio. This is how the recipe works. Once they are on your email list, then your content creation kind of works together with the follow-up, right? So they're getting those follow-up emails, but now that they're following you, they're going to be more likely to see your content come across their page, okay? This is why consistency matters, because the more consistent you are, the more likely your content is to land on their page. So I am going to give you like all of the editing tips and tricks that I have right now. But I just want to like ingrain this in your brain that it is a recipe, okay? You cannot have a cake without all 3. You will never see the results that you want if you leave out an ingredient. All right, so here we go. Content creation. First, write down these 3 hooks that I'm going to give you. TikTok loves, by the way, how-to videos. How many of you have ever seen a how-to video on TikTok? Like, raise your hand. I see y'all. Raise your hand, okay? We've seen the how-to videos. And so it's a really easy way to A, narrow in on your customer, and B, get somebody to stop their scroll and listen to you who wants to learn this thing, okay? So write these down. Number one, super easy, how to start an online business. How to start an online business. Not only this, y'all, but if you remember in the last video, I taught y'all how to use Creator Search Insights. Ooh, and I can show you guys how to do that because the last video I was going live from my phone. But now I can show you guys how to actually do that on my phone. Okay. So let me show y'all this because this is how I would do this, okay? Can everybody see my screen? We're good? All right. So I would go to my home page, search up here. All right. I would type in Creator Search Insights. Hang on. And so then right here, you're going to click View. And this is going to show you, is it backwards for you guys? It's not? Okay, cool. So like you see how it says suggested here? You're going to click content gap. These are all the things that people are searching for, but there's a gap in content, okay? So you'll click content gap. Look at that. The number one that is at the top right now, digital marketing courses. Do we have one of those, friends? I think we do. So here's what you would do. If you want to record a video on how to start an online business, you're going to click right here to record your video, okay? It is going to classify that under the Creator Search Insights tab. So you're going to go there, and that's all you're going to do. And then you're going to record your video like normal, okay? Not only this, friends, but it is so much more likely to get categorized doing it this way. Remember, categorized is if the very top of the screen, I'll show you. This is categorized, like the last video that I just did, all right? At the top, you see this? Says digital marketing. Almost all of my videos get categorized. Business, online business. I can't read from create search insight. Yeah, like they're almost all categorized. It's either because of hashtags or because I'm saying things in my video. I'm either saying digital marketing, like this one. If you create this video and you say how to start an online business, y'all, it's probably going to be categorized as online business. Why categorization matters is because then what's going to happen is if somebody is searching online business, they're more likely to see your video come up, okay? So that's why that's important. So that's hook number one, how to start an online business. Hook number two, this is how I'm going to blank. This is how I'm going to get out of debt by the end of the year. This is how I'm going to get out of debt by 2025. You know, whatever you're going to do. This is how I'm going to, however, blah, blah, blah. This is how I'm going to buy a new house this year. This is how I'm about to go get a new car, right? And then I went over my recipe before on how I've created my intro, you know, so I do, this is how I'm going to buy a new car. If you're new over here, my name is Victoria. I'm a boy mom, my three things, right? I'm a boy mom, I'm an Army wife, and I spent 7 years in an MLM, mega burnt out and trying to find a way to work from home. I'm immediately relating with my ideal customer before I go further into my video. The third hook I'm going to give you, I love this one. And this one actually did really well for me before. I used it a long time ago, and I'm going to remake this one again too. How to make your videos go viral. Anybody know the secret? If y'all did not see my video, you hook them, right? And then, so this is kind of what I did in my video. I said, this is how to make your videos go viral every single time. If you're new over here, my name is Victoria. I've been doing digital marketing for 13 months now, and I found the secret to making your videos go viral every single time that you make a post. Yep, exactly, Chrissy. Every single time that you make a post. So if you have been seeing people talking about the secret is in SEOs and the secret is in hashtags, I'm going to give you the truth. So if you're new over here, make sure you hit like, save, and follow. And you don't have to say that, but make sure you hit like, save, and follow so that you can come back to this. Are we ready? Here's the secret. There's no secret. Anybody who's telling you that, they're just trying to get views on their own too, and whatever. Like, there is no secret, okay? But your goal is to hook them. And then you want to just kind of go into, but I have learned marketing strategies and I have learned this and that from this program. So yeah, I'll need to, if you guys scroll down in my videos like forever, maybe I'll send that one out in like with the replay call. So maybe I'll do that. So you guys can get a better idea of what I mean. But yeah, that was a good one. So how to make your videos go viral. Okay. Another thing to keep in mind when you are creating content, I see this a lot, y'all. Make sure you're going more in depth with pain points, because I see a lot of people that are just like, if you're sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck, right? A lot of people have started just saying that now. So like paycheck to paycheck, okay, where's the pain point there? The pain point could be, I got to a place where I was sick and tired of waiting until the 30th, waiting until the end of the month to figure out what bills I could and couldn't pay. Ooh, that hits different, doesn't it? Like, because a lot of people I know can relate with that, right? That's a pain point. So keep that in mind. So think about your ideal customer and think about what things they may be struggling with, right? For me, I've hit pain points when I talk about MLM. Just because, again, like, I know that there's still a lot of people that do it and it's all good and gravy, cool. It just wasn't for me, right? And so my pain point there for some people is, like, I remember having to send out all of those, hey girl, I'm running for a promotion. It's the end of the month. If there's anything you want, here's my link. Sending out all those hey girl messages. I remember having my face glued to my phone while my kids are over here going, Mommy, can you play trains with me? Those are big pain points, y'all. And I'm like, hang on, I'm trying to close the sale and make $7. Huge pain points. It's relatable. Think about things like that are part of your life that people can actually relate to with you. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to get into the nitty gritty of the way that I edit my videos sometimes. So I am not like, y'all, I'm not a guru with transitions and all of these things. But I do know how to edit videos, and I've had a lot of people asking me how I make my videos and how I find trending sounds. All right. So this is literally what I'll do. I'm going to show y'all real quick. One of the easiest ways for you to find trending sounds is you're going to click blah blah blah. You're going to click home, and you are going to go to, well, sorry, you can't see it. You're going to go to the For You page, and you are going to scroll. Look. Okay, I've used this sound. Okay. So, if it's on the FYP, it's usually a sound that's going viral. Easy, right? So all you would do is come down to this corner right here, save this sound. You'll click the circle, and then you're going to click add to favorites. All right. So then what you would do, say I wanted to use that sound, I'm going to go to create a video. I'm going to click 15 seconds. Okay. And then I would just record it. See? Oh, wait. No, just kidding. I need to add the sound. So you would click add sound. Isn't it amazing? And go to favorite.
I was just checking to see if I went
okay.
viral. No.
And now if I record it.
I was just checking to see if I went viral. No.
All right. That's all you would do to use a sound like that. Now, the other thing that I really like to do, if I go and just search on TikTok digital marketers, or if I just search digital marketing and then I just scroll those videos, you are more likely to find, or you will also find a lot of sounds like that as well. And then what's going to happen is TikTok's going to start recommending sounds to you that are like viral that other creators are using. Okay, so now, for example, say if I go here again to create a video, and I'm going to click 15 seconds again, and then I'm going to go to add sound. Isn't it amazing? And you see how it says recommended? These are all recommended sounds. Okay, so just scroll and pick any of those, right? Okay, so that's how I find like a lot of the little voice clips that I do. I just find them that way. And then this is what, now we're gonna go over editing videos. I'm excited here. All right, let me find a talking video that I did. If you've been thinking about getting some kind of digital marketing course or program. Okay, this one. I think I recorded this under Creator Search Insights. All right, so I'm gonna teach you all how to clip and edit like the pauses out, right? So for example, if you typically talk slow, and even if you don't talk slow, we all have to breathe in between sentences, you know what I mean? So TikTok likes when you edit videos inside the app. TikTok prefers if you don't use CapCut to edit your videos. They are pushing out more videos that are oh my Lanta. I'm sorry. They are pushing out more videos that are edited inside of the app, okay? Friends. I'm so sorry. Personal, family things. DCF, my niece, just sorry. I'm okay. We're gonna keep going. Oh, we're gonna keep going. What were we talking about? Sorry, I need to go to the comments. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not okay. Sorry, friends. Okay. Editing videos. Yes. Okay. So, woo! All right, we're gonna edit sounds. I love you guys too. I know. We're gonna edit sounds. This will keep my powering through. All right. So yeah, TikTok likes when you clip the pauses. and edit videos in the app. That's where we were. Okay, so to do that, this is what you're gonna do. This is like the video that, like one of the videos I recorded recently. So to do that, you're gonna come up here. Tell you whether you will or will not be successful. Oh wait, well, just kidding. I see it. You've been thinking about getting some kind of. Okay. You've been thinking about getting. All right, this one right here. It looks like a film strip. Okay. You're gonna click that, and then what you're gonna do is like drag and say I wanted to clip right here. I'm gonna push that there, and then I'm gonna click split. Okay. And then say I wanted to split it there. Let's actually see where I want to split it to show you. You've been thinking about getting some kind of digital marketing course or program. I want you to stop and listen to this before you do, because I'm going to tell you whether you will or will not be successful doing it. If you're okay, right there. After I say doing it. Successful doing it. All right, so I would pause it right there. Click there and then click split. And then it's gonna, hang on. So like you just heard that breath, right? And so then I'll press there and click split again. And then I'm gonna use my fingers to zoom. Or wait, yeah, like to get that one little snippet. Where'd it go? Hang on, where'd it go? There it is. Okay, so you see how it divided it? I'm just gonna click that, click delete. Okay, so now that's gonna flow like this. If you're new over here, see that? Like just that snip. Will or will not be successful doing it. If you're new over here, okay. So that's how I edit them, as far as like clipping the pauses out. All right, and then this is how you're going to add captions. Y'all remember, I always make sure that I have space up here to add captions. Especially if you're wearing like a busy shirt, or especially if like the background's busy. Try not to have a busy background, but just in case, okay? So in the same spot, you'll come down to where it says text, click captions. All right, and so now it's going to upload the captions slowly. All right, and so then all of my captions are here. So then if I press the back button, all the captions will come up here, and I can drag it up here. And then you can edit the text, because TikTok is going to get words wrong. Okay, they always do. So there was a video that I posted earlier today, and because there's a girl that like commented something negative, and at the end of it, I know I said like correct your math. Like I wanted to correct your math, and TikTok put I wanted to correct your mouth, and I'm like, huh, well, I mean, I kind of want to leave that, but also probably should change it. Anyway, so somebody said, what font is that? So you can change font too. So if you just go click the text and you would go to edit, right? So this is where you're going to edit the captions. You can choose here. That's just the classic. Don't do crazy fonts, y'all, because you want to make sure people are able to read it, right? So I stick with either classic, bold, or I like retro sometimes if I do like just one sentence up here, like how to make money online, right? If I wanted to just do that up there and then do my captions down here, I would not do captions down here in this video because I have a busy shirt on, right? But if I wanted to, like, that's what I would do. I would do like the retro font up there. And yeah, like I always try to keep with just white text unless there's like one thing I want to put on the screen in red that's like eye-catching. Anyway, yeah, so that's how I do that. And so then yeah, when you go to edit the text here, well, hang on. So this is where you can edit the words. Okay? That's where you would do that. Okay. So discard captions because I'm not ready to post this video yet. And then I would add text here to do my CTA, like my call to action, put ready for info, something like that. I would do that at the end. You can also, so let's go over overlays, okay? Because I get people that are like, well, how do you add screenshots and things like that? So the same thing. All the editing is going to be up here at this like film strip thing. Okay. So you'll click that and say I wanted to add a picture. I'm going to scroll. Say I want to add one right here. I'm going to touch the screen there. And I'm going to scroll over to where it says overlay. Hang on. There it is. Overlay. Okay. I'm going to click that and say I wanted, I don't know, say I wanted to like show receipts or something. I would click that video and go to next. And this is where if you want to crop it, you can. So I would click the crop button down here. So I could crop out all of those other like failed payments, you know. Always make sure that you like cross out names and stuff like that from people that purchase from you, okay? And then yeah, I would just crop it like this, save it. And then instead of having it, you see how right now it's like taking up the whole screen? Just use your fingers to minimize it and move it. So if I want to make it smaller, I would do that. And then if I want to move it like down here, make sure you don't go so low that it's like covering your name, right? But like maybe I wanted to throw it up here in this corner real quick. And if you want it to stay on the screen longer than 3 seconds, then you would adjust it this way. Okay, say I wanted it for like 10 seconds or something like that. So, for example, when I know a lot of people wanted to know how I did that video yesterday where I just like showed, it was right before the webinar and it was like, if you want to know how to make 30K in 90 days and it's showing all the wins, right? All that I did was I went into school and I took screenshots of wins. And then I did this. I added them in here. I shortened them so that the time was perfect. So like, for example, so that one was to a beat. So that was, are you ready for it? And so I went boom, 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 3 wins, right? So I made sure that it was timed perfectly with, so like I adjusted the time. And then what I did when I recorded the video was, I was like lip singing, are you ready for it? And I just pointed boom, boom, boom. And then on the beat, I went like that. So it like smashes it off the screen. You know what I mean? And then again, boom, 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 smash. Okay. And so you just do that with editing the overlays. Okay. So now the other thing I was going to show y'all was, the videos that I've done where, hang on, let me find one. Like, let me see. I had somebody asking how to do one of these videos. I'm trying to find it. It was one I posted the other day. Oh, where did it go? Hang on. Hang on. I feel like it should be like right there. Where did it go? Okay, okay. Well, no. Hang on, friends. I'm trying to find it. Um, okay, like this. Hang on.
Got a message to deliver about living life to the fullest.
So I got a trending sound. I just recorded this.
Enjoy your life every day.
Okay. And I'll go over this in a second.
No need to worry. No need to try. Just live your dreams. Enjoy life.
You get the idea, right? So what I did was I found the trending sound that I wanted. I recorded the video, and then right at the beat, when I wanted to add the videos to it, I just went like this. And so then all I did, hang on, I'm just gonna record a dumb little thing. I'm talking. Whoop, and then I would go like this. All right, so this is done. I'm talking. Okay. And then I would go like this. So then what I would do with this video that I just recorded, I would slide it over to where I do my hand right here. Whoop, sorry. Right there. And I would take that part out. So I would do the split there. Okay. So now that that is split, I'm going to delete that. So then when I add the videos to it, it's going to seamlessly transition. Okay. So now what you're going to do is go to the add button and you're going to add videos. So, say like today we went out and we did this, we went to like this family festival. Say I wanted to add all of this stuff, like we shot BB guns and did archery and I mean it was cool. And so yeah, like say I just want to add these videos. Okay, I just grabbed 4 different videos. So I would just go, remember, to that arrow. Hang on. That plus sign right there. I would select my videos, and now all of my videos have come up down here. And so you would do the thing where you just shorten them, do the split to like, so that you only have maybe 1 second of each one. Okay. So say I delete that much of that video, and then that much of that video, and then that much of that one, and then my last video. I don't even know what these videos are, friends. Okay, it's fine. And then, yeah, deleting that part. Okay. Oh, wait. That's a long video again. Hang on. Split. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is if I am using a trending sound with this, I'm going to scroll over here. You see the volume button? I'm going to press that so that it's muted. That means that all of those videos are going to be muted. Okay. So any background noise is not going to be on there now. And now I'm going to click add sound. and I'm going to use any of these recommended ones. Say I want this one.
If this is your vibe,
I don't know. I'll find one. Maybe that one. Okay. And so now this is how it's going to look. That actually went with the beat. That's crazy because I didn't know that sound. See what I mean? And then I'm going to add my text. That's it. So that was how you would make those videos. So clipping pauses, transition, adding videos. Oh, TikTok also really likes picture posts. And so that's something I have been wanting to be better at too. So for example, they like the 2 pictures. Sometimes like you can do I've noticed some people will do like 3 or 4, which I guess is fine. I don't know. So for example, I just took dumb little selfies of myself like this, and I added music to it. Okay. So when I go to edit, it's gonna look like this. And so you could even just do like, this is my secret to how I average 900 a day, right? And then on the next page, I would just be like, I create content, I go live, I plug in the training, put a 1 to learn, something like that. So picture post too. Yeah, I think that is everything for today. Let me see. Okay, so if you are new on these calls, the way that I do Q&A is just in the comments because it has gone so long. As much as like I love y'all, it has gone so long before whenever everybody gets on and talking. So if you have questions, I'm gonna go over and read comments real quick. Oh, how do you lip sync to it if you select it after? No, Bethany, I don't select it after. So that's for the music ones. But if I'm creating one lip syncing, I'm gonna go to the create button. And then typically it's like 15 seconds, right? And then I will go, oh, and if you want to use a filter, I use filters sometimes on them. You would click here for filters, okay? So I like this one, whatever. And so sometimes it'll automatically come up with a sound. You don't have to use that one. So say I wanted to do a talking video, then I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna use one of the ones that I have saved. Hang on.
It's almost like that's the whole point.
Like this one, okay? So I'll select that audio, and y'all, you can set a timer, by the way, recording yourself. So it's okay to like retake it over and over. So for example, for the timers, right before you hit record, go up here to the little clock, okay? And you can select a 3 or 10-second countdown.
It's almost like that's the whole point.
So this is what I would do, okay?
It's almost like that's the whole point.
And so that video would be, I mean, I could put the caption for that, like, when someone asks me why I'm making TikToks all day, right? And then it's like, well, this is my job, right? So then it comes out like this.
It's almost like that's the whole point.
Okay? All right, let's see questions. Woo! Sorry, hang on. Yes, Barb, I sure am. Thank you, Victoria, for all the great tips. You are welcome. People keep trying to jump into my lives. At what point do you start collaborating, and how do you know you can trust them? I just completed 2 weeks of 5 times a week, 5-week lives. So I'm crazy new to it. Jordan, I don't personally. Here's why. Here's the reason I don't ever hop in with anybody. Okay. Because you don't want people taking your customers, right? And so say you're going live and like Susie Q over here is going live with you and you're both on there talking about digital marketing, what's going to end up happening? If somebody's watching it, they might be like, well, I like Susie Q better, you know? So that's the reason I don't do that. It's cool. Like a lot of people like to do that. I don't. I like to keep it personal, and like that's how you're attracting your ideal customer too. Many folks are getting banned or their accounts are being closed on TikTok. Yep, Michelle. So I have I'm on my 3rd account. And y'all don't sweat it, honestly. Like don't sweat it. I've had to rebuild so many times and I never sweat it. Like because it's going to happen. It's part of business. And this is the beautiful thing about we have a computer. We have a community of 38,000 people, so it's easier to build up quickly. Also, I gave y'all my training on how to get to 1,000 followers in 7 days. Follow that as well. And your email list. So every time that I've been banned, I just immediately start a new one and I email them and I'm like, hey guys, this is where I am now, right? And people will find you. So, but as far as like how to avoid it, there's haters out there that are just they're going to report because they don't like digital marketers. Like they're uneducated. And it is what it is. Like we've all been there, right? We were all skeptical about this. So yeah, they're gonna report, but also TikTok doesn't like. This is why you'll hear me say PAID. They don't like words that revolve payment or purchase, things like that. So I spell out paid, I spell out purchase, I spell out payment plan, PayPal, things like that. For an existing biz, should I follow the blueprint or join Digital Growth Monthly created for existing biz owners? Great question, Michelle. So, I'm not a business owner. Can anybody like chime in on that, what they would recommend? The email campaign speaks to MRR buyers. Yes. So I tweak the emails to sound like me. And if you are a business owner, tweak the emails for your business for sure. Who should I follow on TikTok for marketing another business under a different account? Anything that's in your niche. That you don't ever want to follow your ideal customer because it messes up your algorithm and you want to get onto their algorithm. So if you are following, like say I was following just a bunch of stay-at-home moms, then like it messes with algorithms, y'all. So this is the reason I only follow other digital marketers, because then I will be landing on I'm creating content for my ideal customer, but they are interested in digital marketers. So that is how like that all works together. So follow people in your niche. Webinars. Do you send out webinars to your new leads? Yes. How does that work? So remember, I said like go into the calendar and that's where all the webinars are going to be posted. And just go into school, search newsletter, and that's going to show you how to send out the newsletters to your customers. You're welcome. Damn Susie Q. I know. I'm struggling with interaction on lives. I ask questions. Where you from? How's the weather? Do y'all want to see wins or the program? All I get is crickets. Chrissy, have you gone through my other training? because I went over how to get interaction in my last 2 videos. Also, ooh, here's another place to find them. Hang on, I will share my screen again to show y'all this. Okay, hang on. So this other training that I did, a ton of people, like, I had a lot of positive feedback from this. Okay, if you go on Mentoring Zoom replays, this is under the school classroom. Go here, watch this one. My mentoring replay from May 2nd. That is going to help you greatly with getting more engagement and interaction as well. Okay, hang on. Let me go back to questions. What do you do if you can go live, but you don't have a clickable link yet? Oh, so okay, let me show you this. I don't know if I can do it without actually going live. I think you can. Okay, so when you're going live, is it under? I think it's under. No. Maybe you have to be live. Yeah, I think you have to be live. Okay, when you are live, like, say I were to click that right now and go live, under effects, okay, when you're live, click effects and then click sticker, like, pick any sticker, and then you can type your link into that. Just spell it out. So I would just say, like mine, I usually put Victoria's Blueprint, and then I spell out .com. You're welcome, Monica. David, the training to get to 1,000 followers, send me an email. It was one of the last 2 that I did. How do you get the banner with your website? Yep, I just shared that. Monica, I don't self-audit. And in my last training, I taught y'all how to I don't audit. I teach y'all how to self-audit. So like my last training, I taught y'all how to self-audit. The reason is because, friend, I can't even tell you, I literally get hundreds of messages from people that are like, if you could just look at my content for just a second. And I'm like, if I looked at your content and this person's content and this person and this person and this person, like, I'm not doing the 2-hour workday. You know what I mean? Like, even today, like something I've started, I was doing for I ran an incentive just and I got the okay from Michelle to do this, by the way. But I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do one-on-one calls with the next 5 people that get the 900. You can do that, by the way. You cannot do like, you can't pay their website fee. You can't give out like Visa gift cards or anything like that. But coaching, totally fine. Anyway, so yeah, that's like, and like doing this, I don't even have to do these calls. I like, it's not part of my 2-hour workday. So I hope that that kind of like makes sense on why I don't audit TikToks. I just teach y'all how to self-audit. Fiona, yes. So I would say make sure you are commenting and engaging with other digital marketers. So I'd say maybe spend 5-10 minutes just scrolling your news feed before you go live. And just like when y'all are commenting, make sure you comment 4 words minimum, 4 words, no emojis. Okay, don't just do emojis. Because TikTok can pick that up as like people like spamming the algorithm. I came to this in June, had 3 sales pretty quickly, but all people from work and nothing since. Do you do the free ads too? No. Nope. I would encourage you, have you seen my other 2 training videos that I sent out? If not, start there. But yeah, I don't do free ads, y'all. And like anybody who's heard me on a live, I will never recommend it. It not that I won't recommend it, okay? I won't recommend it if you want to make the big bucks because it takes a lot of time to post and a lot of time to even get your wheels turning with ads. So it's just so much easier to connect with people that way. How do you keep from messing with the algorithms when you are in Grow Lives? Oh yeah, I don't do Grow Lives after I hit 1,000. No, once you can go live, don't do Grow Lives anymore. Chrissy, so I only did the Grow Lives to get to 1,000, and then just focus on like creating content for your perfect customer. You're welcome. No worries. So, yes, I will listen again. I just got the last one. Oh, you're good. Any suggestions on how to get more people into your life? Yes, I went over all of that in my last call. Yep. Yeah, a lot of it is like post a video right before you go live, interact with other digital marketers before you go live. Bring the energy. You guys, like seriously, I like if and this is why I say again, like if you are just sitting there, it's gonna, I mean, use your hands, like get excited, hype yourself up, even if like I like for me, even right now, I mean, y'all saw like I got a text just now that I did not want to ever see. But I'm like, fake it right now. You know what I mean? Like, do I have the energy to like be doing this right now? Nope, but I'm doing it, you know? So yeah. Let me see. You're welcome, Barb. The 1,000 followers was the last training. Okay, good. You're welcome, Monica. People who message you with gifts or trying to make small talk. Ooh, great question. Do you just ignore those? I feel like I get a lot of that. I don't want to be rude, but it almost feels like they're just trying to get into my DMs. Yup. Bethany. So I don't reply to those. Like anybody that just sends you a wave on TikTok, you mean? Yeah. Or like just the thumbs up. I'm just like, cool. If they want to talk to me, they can, you know? Yeah. Oh yeah, Lynette, I know people are doing vacations and they should not be. Like you should not be offering any what's the word? Monetized incentive. Nope. Um Lynette, that's okay. That's okay. Like even for me lately, the number of viewers I've had live has been way down. Way down. I used to be getting 100, 200 people on, and for like the last week or two, I've maybe been at that 30 view range when I'm on, which is very low for me. Okay. You have to just keep in mind people are going to be coming in and out, right? So that's why I say hit follow, go to the link in my bio. I will say it over and over and over and over because most people, they're hopping on for 2 minutes. And so then it's like, well, if you've got them as a lead and a follower now, they're gonna be coming back, you know? You concentrate just on TikTok and lives. Yes. Yep, that's all that I do. If you can't go live yet, I'm gonna tell you right now that is probably one of the biggest reasons why you are not seeing the results that you want. Because like I said, it's a recipe. Absolutely get to 1,000 so you can go live. Go watch my last training because I went over exactly how to do that in 7 days. Carrie, no. And don't stress, y'all, don't stress the engagement on videos. Like, you mean your recorded videos? Because like I a lot of times of like all of the comments on my videos are just digital marketers, which is fine. I mean, I'm not mad about that. But remember, like those what am I trying to say? Any kind of engagement is okay, but like remember your videos that the content that you're creating is not where you're going to get leads and followers. That's just to convert to sales. So people can watch your videos and then go and buy. It doesn't mean they need to comment. The replays of the training we get, can we watch them again? Yes. Monica, send me an email. Jordan, I don't do stories on TikTok. So great question. I would just play around with that. If you do grow lives, you have to follow people that are not digital marketers. Yep. Do you unfollow them? Nope. Or only follow digital marketers after that. After that, yes. So, yeah, with grow lives, this is why you'll hear some people say do them. I say do them. You'll hear some people that say don't. I have seen success from myself and several people by doing grow lives. But that's why I say once I get to 1,000, I'm not removing any of those followers. But like, yeah, I just focus on my ideal customer after that. Thank you, Bethany. Do you speak to the 3 types of buyers in your email campaigns? No. I don't personally, Michelle. You could. I'm sure that there are people that do. Fiona, I would say I average 5 lives a week. Like I usually don't work on the weekends. But like I want a new dining room table. So I'm like I'm very incentive driven. Okay, so like I've got a goal for this month, and yeah, not only that, I'm going to DC on Monday because my brother is Air Force, and so he's flying in from Germany, and I very rarely get to see him. So I'm going up there, so I won't be live on Monday or Thursday. So yeah. You're new to lives, haven't received sales yet, but my videos have gotten me some leads. That's awesome. I'd call that a win. Yay, Fiona, that's amazing. Oh, that's great. You're in Maryland. Do you go live at the same time every day? And if so, does that help to keep mine kind of vary. I would say like on the weekends, it really varies around the kids. During the week when the kids are in school, and we just started daycare for my 2-year-old, and he only goes like half the day. So that's why like, okay, mommy still gets a break, but then I still get that time with him. So like it's a win-win. So yeah, like I'd say most of my lives are around either 11 a.m. or around 1 p.m., 2 p.m. I just joined you today, so haven't watched the first 2 trainings. Oh, you're good. Yes. there are certain Grow Live people. There's two in particular that I recommend. Kelsey, Kelsey, Arden, Arden, Kelsey Arden, and Minnesota Girl. Both of them are super awesome. And I think that they have posted on their page the times that they go live. But you can also just search Grow Lives or Fun Lives or something like that. How do you determine who to interact with via DM? Some people ask me how long I've been involved, trying to figure out things to look for with spammers versus legit leads. So I have just learned how to spot the spammers. Usually poor grammar is like a really easy sign, and just they don't sound like, I mean, to me, like I speak English, okay? Like, and so they don't, I don't know. I can kind of pick up, like they will typically say massage me instead of message me, things like that. And anybody that's trying to get you on Telegram or WhatsApp, those are like sure things. If they're talking about crypto, Bitcoin trading, if they say, I've got an opportunity for you, like those are all typically pretty telltale signs. Yes. All right, friends, I think that was everybody. All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap it up then, and then we will plan for the next one in about 2 weeks. I hope that this was helpful. Did this help y'all? Was this good? I'll let y'all unmute now. But yeah, oh wait. Oh, what did I do? I don't know what something's wrong with me. Oh no. Oh wait. There we go. Okay, whatever. All right, I think y'all are able to unmute now. Cool. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. But thank you guys for being so awesome. And yeah, all of that good stuff. And I will see y'all in there. And if I see y'all live, you better believe I will hop on and I will hype you up. Also, let me just say this real fast. Make sure that if you are hopping on anybody's live, be respectful, be considerate, because when they are live, they are working. So if you have questions, that's what our community is for. So please don't hop on anybody's live and say, I haven't made a sale in this amount of time. Like, they're prospecting, okay? They're working. So none of that is beneficial to them. All right. That's all. Love you guys, and I will see you later. Bye.